with the KX News Storm Team.
Well, I just want to give you just a look outside of what's going on. Obviously, you know what's happening at your house. I just thought I'd show you around western North Dakota. Here's what it looks like right now in Wofford City. Yeah, this is a live shot. And then we have the Harvey weather cam there. You can see the snow there in Harvey. So, yeah, obviously the storm is here. It's going to last several days. Let me give you a few of the snow totals I pulled off the chat room from the National Weather Service. Right now, Oaks at 9 inches is the big winner. Hazelton 6.2, just southeast of Bismarck 6.1, but in Mandan 5.5. So I mean, it was a substantial snow already, and this really is kind of just day one, maybe day 1.5. New England at 4, and I started putting in others, but I only had time to put in 2 more before the commercials were over. Now this would be farther north. This is up in farther north, so 4 miles southeast of Martin, half a foot of snow already. 3 miles northwest of Sawyer, 5 inches of snow, and more snow totals are coming in. This is a snowstorm impact index. Now what this is an overall picture. We're talking about ice, we're talking about wind, we're talking about deep snow, travel conditions, the whole thing, all right? You look at this, look at all this, major impacts up to the northwest as well, down in Sioux County, over south of Jamestown, and we still have several more days of this. So this is what you need to know, because we're going to have high impacts at times through the night, and I say at times, I'll show you why in a minute. We'll have heavier snow, then lighter snow, or none at all, and then repeat and do it again, right? Several inches of snow on the ground by morning. It's going to be blustery and snowy all day tomorrow. Again, the snow will be off and on. So the entire state still under the winter storm warning. The temperatures really aren't that bad now. They're going to drop considerably once we get to the weekend. This is a long duration storm. And I think we're going to have noticeable impacts into Friday. It may not be snowing a lot, but it'll be windy, it'll be getting colder, and you can expect periods of snow, and then no snow, and then snow, that type of thing. And the projected snow totals I'm going to show you are going out over several days. Quite often we get these Colorado lows. They come in on a Monday, they're gone on Tuesday. This isn't that. This is a long duration storm. Now, something that I wanted to really point out to you here, meteorologist Amber Wheeler let me know just as I got done, we got some new data in just to show you high resolution data. And the reason I'm pointing this out is this really shows you the breaks, and I stopped at midnight tonight, breaks in the storm. Now, it may not be exactly this spot here, but you can see that this is picking up on breaks in the storm. Look at that. There are times that it may just completely stop and then snow again as this continues to move. Tomorrow morning, there could be areas that aren't seeing any snow for a little while because it'll fill back in. And even tomorrow evening, it looks like maybe a dry slot possibly working in to the east with the heaviest impacts in the west. And that actually kind of mirrors what we have in that impact map that I showed you a little bit ago. But from Wednesday into Thursday, more snow is going to be rotating back around and dropping possibly more snow around the Bismarck and the South Central that goes out past that forecast model. So potential snow totals, and this is through Thursday morning at 8 o'clock. We could get an additional, up to 8 to 12 inches of snow, maybe a foot in some spots. So this is a long duration type of storm that is going to slowly add up. So low temperatures tonight are going to be mainly in the 20s, but if you get farther west, it's going to be in the teens tonight. And then for tomorrow, we're looking at daytime temperatures, teens, 20s. And then here's a look at the Bismarck 7-day outlook. One of the things that, once we get through this storm, and Joel, I know we talked about it yesterday, and I briefly talked about it today, look at what happens over the weekend. Look at the big drop. On Friday, we're down to 14 for the high. Now, this will be the Minot numbers, but look how it gets colder with daytime temperatures below 0. And with this amount of snow coming in, it's a heavy, wet snow. Take the time, maybe Thursday, if there's a big enough break, and it's okay to start getting the snow out of the driveway because it's going to get colder and colder, and nobody likes to be outside shoveling snow or running the snowblower when it's like 15 below, and then you still have a breeze and then wind chills like 30 below. So that's coming, those kind of wind chills, but this time we actually get a little bit of a break after the main part of the storm before the cold air gets here, the real cold air. So good time to kind of clear things out later in the week, before the weekend.
Yeah, that is one thing. As frustrating as it is, whatever you can scrape off that pavement helps, because anything under there that gets sub-zero is just going to stick and polish and harden up and everything.
Yeah, and when you consider this is a very wet snow that, you know, doesn't measure as much, when that freezes, we're talking ice cubes. You're never going to be able to move those, well, not very easily.
Unless you got a blowtorch handy.
Yep.
Thanks so much, Tom. Well, more to come on